What's going on, guys? I'm Chadeveryday, and today I want to talk about the 10 to 18 millimeter lens for Canon cameras and why I think this is a really good lens to have. So first and foremost, you can see this crazy good wide angle view we get here out of the 10 millimeters. And then if we zoom this in, it's going to kind of change up the scene a little bit, but this is 18 millimeters. So this is probably what you're going to see if you have one of those kit lenses. And it's just a dramatic difference that you get with how much zoom and area that you can actually see in this wide angle lens. Now, of course, with the crop factor on a lot of Canon cameras, you're not actually getting 10 mils and you're not actually getting 18 mils. We have to do some multiplications. So for example, the values on my cropped Canon 70D, you need to multiply these values by 1.6, which will actually give you values of about 16 to 28 or so. That's kind of what the actual range of this lens will get you when you actually apply those crop factors. Now, as far as what this lens has in terms of stats, is that it has a max aperture of 4.5, setting up here at the widest open value of the lens. And when you actually zoom this in all the way to 18, you're only getting a 5.6. So that means this lens is not the best and most ideal for low light situations. However, if you are taking those nice landscapes in bright daylight or even some portraits here and there, it is a great lens. Now, that being said, it's fantastic for vlogging because you do get this wider angle of view. So if you are hand holding that camera out in front of you, you don't have to hold it out quite so far because you are getting this nice wide range of view. As far as taking portraits with this lens, I probably wouldn't recommend that, especially in this wider view, unless you want your subject kind of a little farther away to get a nice larger shot, because, you know, there is distortion going on with this lens and it can kind of make your subjects look a little weird. So if you are going to take portraits, I would recommend going ahead and zooming into that full 18 millimeters before you take that, because at 10 mils, you have to get a little bit closer to your subject. It can kind of make people look a little wonky and not like themselves. Now, for video shooters, this lens is fantastic because it does have image stabilization as well as STM. And basically with STM, you're getting a quieter kind of auto tracking. It is a little bit faster. It works super well with Canon's technologies that they've built into their cameras as well. So you're not going to hear that thing when it's actually auto focusing on a subject or kind of zooming in and out. It's super quiet. Your microphone's probably not going to pick up any of those sounds. Also, on the camera, you can control image stabilization by cutting that on or off. I just leave mine on all the time. I have no idea why you'd really want to take it off unless you're looking for that kind of more of a shake and kind of movement for a special effect or something. And then you also have controls for autofocus and manual focus. Now, the autofocus on this lens is pretty great. I actually have mine set to servo autofocus right now. So basically, as I move around, there's a little tracker on my monitor and I can kind of watch where the lens is following my face. You can actually click somewhere else within the frame on your touch screen if you have one and focus somewhere else, but then it'll go straight back to my face because I have that face tracking set up, and it's pretty quick and really good with that. Now, one of the cons I have noticed with this lens, it's not as sharp with video. A lot of times I do have to do some post-processing sharpening to my videos to get a desirable look, but that's the same with a lot of other lenses. Of course, a prime lens such as the Pancake 24mm lens is going to get a lot sharper of an image, especially because you have that max aperture of f2.8, which isn't something I would necessarily expect from this particular lens because of its price point. You can pick these up for maybe around $280 to $300, somewhere around there. They did come in a package deal with Canon for a while. You may still be able to pick this up for about $350, and it also comes with the 50mm f1.8 lens, which that's a great little bundle to get because you get the variety of the nice nifty 50 prime lens with an f1.8, which would be great for your low light situations. And then you also get the wide capabilities from the 10 to 18 millimeter. So if you're looking to pick this lens up in 2019, I do highly recommend it. And if you want to see another YouTuber that's a lot larger than me that makes fantastic videos and uses this lens quite frequently, his name's Potato Jet, and I'll link his channel in the description box below. But that's just some of my thoughts about this particular lens. Some of the video footage you've seen seen across the course of this is from using this lens out in the field and other areas like that, as well as some images across there. So I don't know. If you have this lens, leave some comments in the comment section below about how you feel about it. I really loved it at first, and then I went through a period of not liking it so much and to loving it again. But I don't know. Leave your comments in the comment section below about what you think this image looks like and how the video and everything looks, if you've already picked it up or if you're going to pick it up. Otherwise, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, be sure to create something new today.